It's crazy because it's like pulling teeth or talking to a brick wall. Um, Sticking up the tongue on a picture emulates sex, but twerking and taking booty pictures, what is that? Like those are extreme. Sticking out a tongue? Come on now. But anyways, we're gonna invite the guest. Hold on. Let me let her add her to the stream. Okay. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you. You could let him finish his point. This is Naughty, and he was referencing the tongue picture thing.
You what?
Was referencing the tongue picture thing.
No, I was just responding to the statement of it. I'm not representing the picture, but
Referencing the referring to the
oh,
picture.
referring to the picture. Yeah. Now, it's one thing to be on some nice, oh, that's cute, but it's another thing to be provocative with what you doing. One, we grown as hell. What the hell is we sticking our tongue out for? When I was coming up, the tongue was either you had a tongue ring or you was trying to symbolize what you was doing with that. Nowadays, it done got to the point people sticking their tongue out like but it looked like a lot of motherfuckers having strokes and shouldn't be doing
You said motherfuckers
it.
having strokes.
It looked like motherfuckers is having strokes. Like it's unnecessary. That ain't a fire ass thing to be doing, but it's a trend and it is what it is. But as far as the
Okay,
twerking,
I
as
got a
far as the
question for
twerking,
you.
you took it away from its culture. One thing
I
is,
took it away.
excuse me about that. The culture where it came from, that's one thing. That it is what it is. That's a dance. If you look at it, the dance is completely different from what it is today. Twerking, it ain't nothing but booty shaking. It ain't nothing but
Always
provocative and
been.
provoking. You look at the difference from now and then. Then they was dancing in spirit and moving and having a good time. Nowadays, it's done in a provocative manner to where it's provoking only what the ones that men.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of Sarah Bartman?
No,
Okay, Sarah Bartman was this African American woman with this huge butt, right? You ever heard of the Bronx Zoo?
get to the point. We I
No, but
don't.
I'm asking you
I'm,
these
look,
questions.
I'm not trying to have the history
Well,
lesson.
okay, so she had a huge butt, and they had this thing at the Bronx, what's called the Bronx Zoo now. It was a human zoo, and she was part of the exhibit. And what ended up happening was the white men was sexualizing her and said she was a whore and all these other things just because she had a big ass. So
Right.
they
Yeah.
would just have sex with her, they would rape her, they would do all these things to her because she exhibited sexual behavior just because she had a big ass. And so the problem that I'm having with this is because I'm sticking my tongue out. I was not sticking my tongue. It's like I've seen people stick their tongue out for rock and roll. People stick their tongue out like fuck you, nah, nah, nah. It's not always sexual. It's never always I've never
You
even.
not sticking your tongue out like no rocker throwing up three or
You
four.
didn't even see the picture, so you can't
I
say
got
that.
you, but I know you not throwing up. You not rocking. You
I
ain't
always stick
doing
my
that.
tongue out,
You
and I stick my tongue out in the picture because it's just
understand
like,
you ain't
wish you could be here. Like,
sticking out
fuck,
like you rocking and
it
rolling.
was never sexual. When I
And
take
it's
pictures,
Nay.
huh?
It's Nay, and I'm hopping back on. I just wanted to make a comment about the tongue thing, if
Mm-mm,
that's okay.
mm.
I personally, as a personal preference, think it's nasty. I don't think it's appropriate or it's women like, I don't think women should do duck lips. I think that's for the kids. I don't know when they started that. It's not cute. And the tongue thing is disgusting to me. Like that's just my preference. Like who wants to see the inside of your mouth? Like other than the person you're with, your
Mm,
boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse. Like
mm,
my grandma don't want to see the inside of my mouth. My mom don't either. Like even though they're not here, I'm just speaking in general.
mm.
Um, to me, it's from another lady is not appropriate. I don't want to see my 14-year-old sticking her tongue out. I tell her all the time, do not take a picture like that. That's disgusting. And I mean, she respects it, but that's just my preference.
I'm gonna ask
Okay,
you
and so you say the duck
a
lips, you said the duck lips is similar too, right?
No, I said the duck lips are not for adults. I don't know why anybody over 21 or 19 is doing duck lips.
Okay.
question.
Yeah, I don't like those lips that they do. I don't think the tongue is because there's other ways to be beautiful or sexy or whatever without doing those extras. Do a different smile. Keep your mouth closed. Give some teeth or something. But the tongue is meant. You know how the tongue is a powerful weapon. The tongue is a weapon in different forms, and
Right. The
the
tongue is a weapon in different forms. So let's go through that. The tongue is a weapon to uplift, to um put love in. You could speak death,
inside of
life
your
and
mouth,
death
in
is in the
between your
power of
lips.
the tongue. And the tongue is not always sexual. And when a person look at the tongue as a sexual thing, that is within them. That's
No,
not
that's when it's
that don't have
out.
nothing to
That's
do with me. That have like if you see me stick my tongue out and you feel any type of sexual way, that's because you felt that. That had
No,
nothing to do with me.
way. That's the
no, it's like exposing. That's like exposing my breast. If I take off my shirt and the man see my breast,
How
he's
can a
gonna
tongue
no.
be
I'm about
compared
to
to a
explain
breast
it to
when a
you.
tongue is used to speak? A tongue is used to
A
eat.
tongue is used to be a
Those
tongue
are
is
the natural things used for the tongue. Eat and speak. Those are
right,
natural.
right. And it's inside of your mouth. It's inside of, it's not stuck when you speak. You're not your tongue ain't hanging out your mouth when you
No,
speak.
I beg to differ.
Your tongue hang out your mouth when you
Tell a
speak.
person with a lisp that their tongue should not be
I
out their
have
mouth
a
when they
list in my
speak.
tongue is out. I have a list. You don't hear it? Everything is and my tongue is not
It
hanging
ain't
out my
coming
mouth.
through. No, because you're not accepting it. It didn't come through, see? Looking at it, you doing this. It's not coming through. So you can't see what I'm doing. It's never came through. Don't worry about it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So that's like if I show my toes on Facebook because men have toe fetishes or foot fetishes that I'm being lustful because I show my feet on Facebook. That's his personal
No,
problem.
you can't compare the two because
Yes,
your
I can because the
we
tongue
wear
is only.
sandals.
Hmm?
We wear sandals all the time, so our feet is exposed. Our tongue is not exposed all the
Our
time.
tongue is exposed every time we talk.
It's sticking out. If you lick it, I
You
mean, if
can
you stick
see
it
the
out, it's
tongue
sticking
every
out.
time we talk when
Say
we
something.
make different pronunciations and everything. So to me, and then we just gonna have to disagree on that because I don't see. Okay, the tongue can be sexual. It can be used in a sexual way, but it's also used for different things, and it also has different meanings when you stick your tongue out. And I know that to be a fact. Like when
the
people
only
like
point that
rock and roll, they stick their tongue out. When
that's the only point that was being made. That's
huh?
exactly that was the point right there. That was the overall point.
But my point
It's
is,
not
if a
only exposed.
person that
It's
don't
about
know a person see a person tongue out, then they automatically assume it's sexual. That's within them because they are the sexual person, not the person that's sticking their
but
tongue
if
out.
it's done in a
Because
provocative
you
way,
perceived it
then
that
it can
way.
be perceived that way.
You perceived it that way,
If,
and I
if
cannot be
you sitting up
accountable for
there,
the way that you
if
perceive things.
you sitting up there on Facebook with your butt tooted and you looking over your shoulder,
See,
you're advertising yourself. So
With your butt, a
in that,
butt versus a tongue. Let's go.
I'm giving you an example.
No, but a
A
butt,
tongue is
a
it's not
butt.
what you do, it's how you do what you do. If you're doing it in a provocative way, then that's the response you're gonna get. If you're doing it like you just trying to be a kid, like these young beginning teenagers, then you just
No,
um,
I
you know,
feel like if a like I first of all my pictures I was fully clothed.
by
You
saying
can't
it
see no
Okay,
titties, no ass,
so
huh?
this is what the internet says. Google says about sticking your tongue out. It says a gesture of sticking out a tongue, she said, can have multiple meanings. It can be an act of rudeness, disgust, playfulness, or outright sexual. So when
Playfulness. That's my
playfulness,
reason is playfulness.
who the hell else you gonna play with your tongue with? Your significant
I don't know if that's what it meant by playfulness. I mean, playfulness.
No, when I was growing up, playfulness was like when you're like nanny and you just taunting and you just like being playful. So my reason is
It
playfulness.
says children may use it as a sign of silliness, why people might do it to express disgust. So,
Hmm.
according to Google, only children uses the tongue as a sign of silliness. It don't even say playfulness now. It says silliness. It says the person might also stick their tongue out if they need to concentrate. So, like the
Hmm.
doctor is showing, like the doctor going in your mouth and you stick your tongue out and then you're concentrating on what they're doing. But other than that, it says the baby who sticks their tongue out could be learning about their body, or there may be an underlining condition. So, nowhere does it say that the tongue is for adults because it goes back to saying that the playfulness comes from children of silliness.
it's something that adults have access
It
to.
is a childlike
It must come
behavior,
apart to be
but
cute.
like if you're just like okay, we're adults, right? We're adults, right? You're adult, I'm adult, he's an adult, right?
Uh-huh.
But we joke around. So when you say it's just for children, that means that adults shouldn't joke around at
No, I
all
didn't
because
say
that's
it.
for
Google.
children.
I didn't say it. Google said that it's an expression from a child.
Okay,
That
it's an expression
because
from a child, but
normal adults
every
in
now
their
and
right
then, as adults, when we make jokes or we want to be
You changing it
playful,
up. You
we
changing
revert
the
back to
statement
childhood.
and
That's
sticking your tongue
growth
out.
and
Those are two
development.
different those are two different topics. You talking about making a statement compared to sticking your tongue out. You're jumping topics. Yeah, you can use a tongue in many ways, but that's not what the topic was about. That form like that.
Okay, this is the definition: to protrude one's tongue out of one's mouth, often done in childishly mocking,
You just drink.
contemptuous, or defiant
Why you
manner.
drink
I
over
stuck my tongue out to catch snowflakes falling from the sky. Just she just stuck her tongue out when I told her to do the dishes. Like, okay,
there?
hold on, let me just go,
Yeah.
cause I want to do that one. That's the same thing I just read. Hold on.
Are
This
you
is what
looking
I
at
meant when I
Google?
stick my tongue out. The jest of
That's
sticking
it.
one's tongue out can have multiple reasons, meaning it can be an act of rudeness. Okay, you read that one. Sticking the tongue out can have me. Okay, that's it. Same thing.
Same. It's the same
The
definition. That
jest of sticking out one's tongue. Okay, same thing.
you can
Playfulness.
put my
Playfulness or outright sexual provocation. According to psychology today, okay, let me just read this. The gesture of sticking one's tongue out can have multiple reasons. It can be an act of rudeness, digest, playfulness, or outright sexual
Not just discuss,
provocation.
not
It's
digest.
like the eyes. An eye can gaze, be aggressive to an enemy, but eye gaze can be also be height of intimacy. So the eyes do multiple things just like the tongue.
But you
Are we
see how
right or
the
wrong?
comment, how it said the eyes can be of intimacy, and you said that the gentleman referred to that as being provocative. That statement piggybacks off what he said. It's provocative.
Right. But at the same time, right? You ain't see this picture. You ain't see the picture. However, like I
No,
said,
I seen it say it can be a sign
if
of
a
disgust.
person, see, now that comes to perception. Because if I stuck my tongue out in playfulness and he saw it as lustfulness, that don't fall on me. That fall
No, but
on
did you see
him.
how it said that children do it in playfulness and silliness?
No,
It
it
didn't
don't.
say.
My definition don't say children do that in playfulness.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a screenshot, or the viewers can go look it up too, because it said children does do it in silliness. So it's referring to adults as. I mean, adults don't do it. It's not a gesture for adults.
It is. How you think children learn it? How do children learn how to do that?
They grow up. They play.
Who
That's
showed them
what
how
it's
to
a
do
sign
it?
of playfulness.
Who showed
Kids
them how
do
to do
all.
it?
Babies stick their tongue out when they eat, and they go blah 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 when
No,
they're
no, no,
eating.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about in the playfulness matter of it. How do children know that it is playful? Because an adult taught them that.
New topic. Like the topic is dead. Or have a
Yeah.
poll. Have a
I don't
poll.
like when
Raise a
people
poll.
try to put their
Raise a
sexuality
poll.
on me because that shit been happening to
No,
me since I was 5 years old. And I
okay.
don't be even thinking
Now
about
listen,
fucking sex.
it's not what you do, it's how you
No, it
do
ain't what I do
it.
because I am
I'm
not
gonna give you from
responsible
a male
how another
perspective.
person
See,
receives
this is
me or perceives me. I'm only responsible for me. I've had
right.
motherfuckers
You
force
right.
their will on me
You right.
because I
And
had on
because
full clothes and was a fucking baby and you force your will on me. And I'll be damned if a motherfucker force their will on me and tell me that I'm being lascivious and sexual and lustful because that's what happened to him when he saw a picture of me.
What does that
He
mean?
was lustful. He lusted after me. I didn't lust after him or ask him to lust after me. That's the bottom line to that. And
Right.
then like I saw a video of a man and his daughter, and she was dancing, and she was like doing. The little girl was young, she was twerking or whatever, right? And everybody was coming at him and the mom like, oh, that's pedophilia, that's sexual and everything. And the thing was, you guys are sexualizing that child because in their culture, because where they come from, because they're not Americanized, where they come from, that dance is not sexual. You get it? So that's what it is. Everybody keep like sexualizing these kids,
look,
sexualizing women,
this
making
is a
us
whole
objects.
new
Twerking
different
is
era.
sexualized.
This is a whole different era. If
I gives
nowadays,
a fuck about
hear
this
me,
era because
hear
you
me,
know who running this
hear me.
era? The
It
motherfucker
don't matter.
oppressors that's making us deter from real thing, and that's brainwash. We being brainwashing into thinking that our natural progression is sexual. That's the devaluing of black
I'm
women.
only advising
Everybody
you from a
Everybody
male
want to hate
perspective.
on black
Ain't
women, say we
nobody
hoes,
hating
thoughts,
on
and
black
this and
women.
that, bitches and all this, but every single nationality plus the men and the women want to be us.
Okay, you straying from the overall topic.
No, no, I'm not,
You,
because
yeah,
you don't understand.
I
When
do.
I posted the picture, and I'm letting you know, and you said it's a
Send,
dead
send,
issue,
send,
I was
send,
being
send,
playful.
send it. Send it.
No, I'm not sending it. It's on my Facebook page. She got my
Send it
Facebook.
to
It's
my
on my
wife's
Instagram.
phone. Send
She
it to
got
my
it.
wife's
I
phone.
was being playful.
If I ain't seen it, you know I ain't seen it. And if it appears you playful and ain't no provocative way, I mean I say
I
yeah,
like if I
right.
stick my tongue
But
out, and now I
it's
know how
like
to stick my tongue out in a provocative way. I would
okay,
stick my tongue out in a provocative way with cleavage showing or something like that, and I'll be dressed in some real sexy shit. I'm fully clothed
and you
on
can
this
be fully
picture.
clothed and still do the same gesture. You don't have to be fully over the top to just to do the gesture. just send me the picture.
I'm the
Let me
master of seduction, so I know how to seduce. But here's the thing about me is that my whole life I cannot hide my sexuality. I cannot hide who I am. And I cannot hide who's attracted to me. But just be real about it. Like you're attracted to, because you wouldn't even, nobody else on my post said anything about me sticking my tongue out. Oh, you look nice, you look good, you look this, you look that. This motherfucker, oh, you lascivious. And no, your dick jumped when you saw my picture and you started thinking shit. And that was on you
What was his
that you
first?
was thinking those things about me.
What
Because
was
I
his
was
first
not thinking
statement
that
to you?
shit about you.
What was his first statement to you?
He said I was being, he said, put your tongue back in your mouth. You being lascivious. You need to repent.
That's not.
Repent? I
That's
didn't
not.
even do
That's
anything.
not nowhere. Okay, and that could be 1,000% true. But at the same time, that ain't got nowhere near lusting for you, arousing for to make that
For
statement.
him to think anything lustful about it, that
Who's
is what it
He
happened.
only made a statement of what it appeared to him, and it aroused all this for you. That's too
I
much.
took a picture and they no.
That's too
He it
damn much.
yeah, it how it appeared to him. That it did
But
not
it'll,
nobody else, it did not appear to
no.
that,
His
it
job
did
was
not appear
complete.
like that to nobody else
You got under
but
your
him.
feathers, and you holler. It got this much. You
Hmm.
really going in about this tongue thing, and even
No,
look at the
I'm not, I'm
definition of
going in about it
orgasm. It's
because
the
like I
same.
said, I've been sexualized since I was 5 years old.
You okay? You need therapy.
No, I don't need therapy. I
You
need
keep going
fucking
back
men
into
to
your
understand that
childhood.
just
That's
because a woman is
PTSD.
curvy or
That ain't
she's
got
just
nothing
being
to do
herself, that don't mean to put her
with
in a
okay.
sexual position.
Okay, and you stream all. I agree. We agree with that 1,000%. But where's that streaming from? He making a statement of what it appeared to him.
Because I don't give
You
a fuck
going back?
how it appears to him.
No,
Like, no, I give a fuck to the
that's
extent
the
that you're gonna come
whole.
on here and tell me that
No,
I'm
I
sending
have a
you
poll.
listen, the Bible says, and I'm not trying to go to the Bible, but he's a Bible person. So the Bible says if a man looks at a woman with lust in his eye, that's if a man looks at her with lust
That's
in his
sin.
eye, not if a
That's
woman is
sin.
lustful. It
That
says if a
is
man looks at a
sin.
woman with
Yeah.
lust, with
And that is his
look at a
sin.
woman with lust in his eye, he has committed
Yet,
adultery.
and that is his sin.
That's
Yet
his sin,
Bible
but he tried to
also,
put it
and
on
that is
me.
his. That let him on that. Not why is you carrying on with it? Why did it ruffle you when that's his?
No,
At the same
because
time,
it's an
at the same
ongoing
time, since you want to go
situation,
biblical,
not
the
only
Bible
with
also
me,
says
it's an
guard
ongoing
your tongue,
situation, not
protect your
only with
tongue,
me, but with
not all the tongue.
many women. Many women have to deal with being sexualized
Why is you going there with this topic?
because that was my topic.
You going too deep with this. I'm not trying to go that deep.
Well, hey, then you got on the line with the wrong person because I'm deep as a motherfucker. Women have been
Podcast
sexualized
crazy.
for a long time, and
Yeah.
black women especially. Black women
I
have
know,
always
I
been
know, my
overly
sister, man.
sexualized.
I
Like
grew up under a single mother. Man, trust me, I know.
for instance, if you had a white woman on a rap video, they would call her a model. If you have a black woman on a rap video, they gonna call her a hoe, a thought, or a video vixen. She gets no respect. But every single fucking white person, Asian person, black person, all of them, all the nationalities want to be a black woman, male or female. They all want to be black women, but they want to put us at the bottom of the motherfucking barrel. And they over sexualize us. And then when we say shit like, okay, I was taken advantage of, they don't believe us. We can't be taken advantage of. And then we supposed to always be strong, all this old bullshit. And they devalue us. And that's my bottom line. The fact that another person imposes his emotions on me, I have a problem with that. Don't impose your emotions on me. Ask me, why did you stick your tongue out? Oh, I was just being playful. Don't assume that I wanted to do anything with you because I don't even fucking know you.
Well, you're entitled to feel how you want to feel. That's the great part of America is that he felt like you were being provocative or sexual. Or
No, the
it,
assumption of it all. Ask me if I was being provocative. Understand me. This man that came at me twice, three, four times about my appearance because he has a problem with it. And I had to ask him, because he's like an Israelite. And I asked him, so where's your wife? Because you sure coming at me like I'm your wife. And the nigga I fuck with ain't got a problem with none of this.
right.
So my thing is, people need to stop imposing their will and their lust and their sin on other people. He
But
looked
you
at
can
me.
also correct him and leave it at that. You can correct
I
what
did correct him. He told me you should do a live about it. We'll do a whoop, and that's why I'm doing it. Cause I
uh,
corrected him like, no, that's your sin because you never sat up there and said, sis, why you got your tongue sticking out?
well, it would probably be lovely if he could have been a part of the live to explain why he felt that way. Because he created the whole scenario of what's going on.
Mm.
But I
I'm finna
personally,
end it right now. I got one person watching.
yeah, I just think that you're entitled to how you feel. He's entitled to how he feel. But if you right away, you need to correct the issue.
I agree that there's ways to be provocative with sticking your tongue out. There's ways to be provocative with showing your ass. There's ways to be provocative with showing your breasts, right? And these are just natural parts of our bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna see either a silhouette or an image of the shit. You know, like I said, the tongue has many functions. Not everybody part have many functions. Well, they do, kind of, sort of, maybe. The ears got two functions, I believe. You can hear out your ears and you balance yourself out your ear. The eyes got a function or two, and the mouth and the tongue. The tongue is part of the mouth, and the mouth got many functions.
Mm-hmm.
So, so when a person stick their tongue out, a person can stick their tongue out in front of and take a picture sticking their tongue out in a plate of food, and it's gonna represent hunger or greed or whatever. It's gonna
I think that
represent
would
many
be more of
things.
opening your mouth.
Yeah, whenever you open your mouth, it can represent many things, but it's up to the person who perceives it. And then, but then too, I noticed, like, for example, and the reason why I brought this up, it was this girl. She had a personal trainer, right? And
Mm-hmm.
her and her personal trainer was close because you're always close to your personal trainer. And so she invited her personal trainer and her girlfriend out for drinks. And so the girl that she invited noticed that her and her personal trainer was talking and key. The girl that her friend that she invited felt uncomfortable with their connection, knowing that the girl is married. She felt uncomfortable with them talking and key and assumed they was having an affair. But it was that woman who imposed her will on that relationship because
Mm-hmm.
she didn't even ask no questions. She just saw them talking. And because she felt uncomfortable with them talking, then she automatically was like, oh, she's cheating with the trainer. She's cheating on her husband with the trainer. You didn't see them fuck. You didn't see them do nothing. You just assumed some shit because they was close. Even
Right.
though the trainer was gay, but you didn't know that. But you just assumed some shit because they were close. And so that's the problem I have when people start imposing their will and how they feel when they see people interact on other people. Like, no.
No,
Ask
I get
me.
that about interacting on other people and this and that, but it's certain things that you do that will make people naturally, even though it's an assumption, think that you're doing it because of this reason or that reason. If you walk around in a thong, you seeking for attention. If you walking around twerking, you see like people assume what they want to assume, and this whole broad
Okay, how
status
many
was
functions
about.
do twerking have though? Okay, so if you see a picture of a girl and she in the bathroom and she got her booty set up on the mirror or whatever, how many functions do that ass have sitting up on the mirror on the fucking picture? The ass only have one function at that point. No, I probably say two: the smacking and fucking.
Yeah, but the first thing that a human would assume is it's attention seeking. You're seeking something.
It's
You're
it's attention
displaying
seeking. But okay, so you already read that when you stick a tongue out, it have multiple reasons, right or wrong?
something. Right, but the reasons were not the reasons why. They were not the reasons why. You're saying that it should be
No, they what one of them was to be playful.
for a child. It said clearly for a child, not an adult.
The definition I read